So, some of my friends tell me that they enjoy me telling them stories. Well, I do enjoy telling stories, and I like to think that I'm a decent storyteller, and I've always wanted to make these videos. Just never thought that my first video would be about my League account stuck in Taiwan. Could have been about why my name is Arrow, could have been what Hyperluck is, but no. We're gonna talk about how my own country betrayed me. It's a tad bit dramatic, yes, but in a way, not really. This? This is not me. In fact, this is some of you, and as time goes on, more of you. Also, this is exaggerated. Please don't take this as an insult.
My lord! Stormtrooper. My lord! Stormtrooper. My lord! Stormtrooper. My lord! Yep. My lord! Uh-huh. My lord! Yo. My lord! My lord! Stormtrooper. 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 Stormtrooper. My lord! Stormtrooper. 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 My lord! Ugh. My lord! Go yourself. My lord! Go yourself. My lord! Go yourself. My lord! Go yourself. Aww. What's up?
So, how did this all start? For those that don't know, Wukong is based on a Chinese folklore / mythology called Journey to the West. It's not quite related, but I wanted to explain the title, why it's called Journey to the East. My League account is stuck in the SEA servers, and this is my story. Back on November 11th of 2022, Necrit shared a video regarding Riot Games severing ties with Garena. In the video, he explains how Southeast Asia servers are not actually ran by Riot, but rather with Garena. It was quite interesting to learn how bad the original Garena client was. Now the story could have ended here, but where's the conflict? So it turns out, not only did Riot establish new servers in the SCA regions, they also made an event to make up for all the years that players in these regions had to suffer. This is the SCA Welcome Back event. Maddie Love Gaming did a couple of videos regarding this, but two specific ones caught my interest. These videos eventually convinced me to transfer to the SCA servers. I understood that I'd be stuck here for quite some time, but during this time I was too socially drained to care. Moving to the SCA servers meant I could just grind TFT and maybe work on my bot game achievements. And so the journey began. I took a video of my inventory, making sure that I don't lose anything during the transfer, and yes, I have a lot. That in itself is a different story, but long story short, I basically have been holding off opening loot for 3 years, and I plan to do so for 7 more. Opening all my loot at the 10-year mark, assuming League is still alive. Anyhow, now it's time to look at which region to transfer to. With the release of SCA servers, there were a total of 5 regions. Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia is 1, Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, and Vietnam. Now, among these 5 regions, there are only 2 that are logical choices. It seems from the comments and the community that majority are transferring to Singapore. On the other hand, I was born in Taiwan, I have friends in Taiwan, so this would be a logical choice as well. In the end, I went with Taiwan, and this is where everything went wrong. Not really actually, we'll get to that in a bit. I was having a pretty chill time, grinding TFT and bots for the event. I personally quite enjoy TFT, and bot games were just used to switch things up. You don't have to communicate in TFT so long as you're playing alone, and while there is a slight language barrier in bots, nobody really cared because it's bots. For the record though, I am fluent in speaking and writing Chinese, but the game doesn't allow me to type Chinese in-game, only in the lobby for some reason. All in all, this felt like a League vacation. Like, yeah, I didn't really get to play with my friends, but it was really helpful because my social battery really needed to recharge. Now, here's where everything really fell apart. On the Facebook page of League Taiwan, February 9th, they posted that they are going to be implementing a region lock due to the constant complaints about high ping teammates. After doing a bit of searching and reading, turns out a lot of players from the Chinese server transferred over and overall giving Taiwan players a bad time. While this isn't really related to the political dynamic between the two countries, I do find it ironically funny. Then within a week, the lock took place, and I believe this was between February 13th or 14th. This means that anyone who is not using an IP that is in Taiwan are essentially no longer able to log in. And we're not talking about like playing and lagging, no. We're talking about completely unable to log in. Okay. So at this point, my big brain was like, this is fine. This is a perfect opportunity for me to reach out to Riot Support. Maybe they can move me back. This region lock was never stated in the beginning. This is a fair reason to be moved back. So that was one of my first attempts to reaching out to Riot Support. And well, if I was successfully moved back, this video would not have been made. Riot Support stated that transfers are down, so I was stuck. This is fine. So begins me losing access to my account. Eventually, I did find out that I'm able to access my account via VPN, but that also poses a few issues. 1. VPNs aren't free. 2. I'm still lagging. 3. Using VPNs make me lag elsewhere, such as watching YouTube or like playing other games, and yes, I'm multitasking, it's TFT. And 4. Did I mention VPNs aren't free? Well, this was a risk I decided to take, just a tad bit unfair that among all 5 regions, Taiwan 2 was the only region that implemented the region lock. So for a while I used a VPN to grind more TFT, but eventually I stopped. 1, I was tired of using a VPN, and for another, my VPN free trial ran out. Sponsor me, NordVPN? Also, for those that are asking, I was using ExpressVPN's free trial during that time. Guess I'll just go do everything else. One day on the client, I noticed that the error of transferring is gone. For those wondering, oh, how could you tell? Let's just say I will neither confirm nor deny that my friend gave me an alt account that they weren't using. Riot, if you're watching this, please don't ban it. As soon as I noticed that, I went to the store and checked it out. Transfers are indeed back, but I don't see any of the SCA servers. Okay, this looks bad, but maybe it's not that bad. And I reached out to Riot Support once again, stating that, hey, transfers are back. Is it possible to please move me back because, well, I can't do it myself? And surprise, surprise, still stuck. Essentially, the tickets went back and forth, but it's just a mix of transfers are down or I don't qualify for a transfer. This is still fine. In the meantime, I decided to join Maddie Love Gaming's Discord because I was curious to see if they knew that transfers were kind of back, and this is my descent into hell. Upon arriving at this Discord, I found that there's a couple of organized forums, one titled SEA Transfer. I quickly familiarized myself with it and started to take part in the discussions that were happening. There were a lot, and I mean a lot, of people stuck in SEA servers. As transfers of non-SEA regions have opened, it has made people quite annoyed that people weren't able to make it back, so people started to send tickets, and the results were kind of mixed. Some people were fortunate enough to get transferred back for free. Usually this was done as compensation from the Riot Support team. Other people had to pay the standard 2600 RP, but was still able to transfer out regardless. But for myself and many others, neither were the case. Once again, we were greeted with the same, transfers are not available. Now, what exactly does that mean? How are some people able to transfer out while others are hit with transfers are not available? As these information are acquired from a variety of sources, some reliable, others not so much, here is what I've concluded. So some people met the requirement to be transferred for free. Other people were lucky enough to be transferred because their support agent was being nice, or they did not know that they weren't supposed to transfer them. I'd also like to say that majority probably got denied, but there's no way that I can confirm. I'd also like to say that it is a support diff, as some supports are very kind and let people through, but it could just be the requirements were met. And some supports were kind enough to offer a one-time exception transfer if the account had enough RP. So after a few attempts myself, I decided to create a Google Sheet. So this Google Sheet is for documenting every player's region and where they wish to transfer to. Granted, this spreadsheet does not have a lot of information because not everyone wants to share their information. However, it does get slowly updated every day, and while it does not guarantee anything, if nothing else, it gives us hope. You know, seeing the list slowly turn green, as more and more people are lucky enough to make it out, it is still pleasant to see. So, if you wish to be added to the list, let me know and I'll add you as soon as I can. I also sent the list to Riot Support. As mentioned on the sheet, it does not guarantee anything, but maybe, just maybe, they can use that information to help with the overall situation. Nobody wants to get stuck in a region they don't want to play in, or in my case, unable to play in. Every day, more and more people are making it out, but also more and more people are getting denied. I made a promise in the form that I will remain even if I get transferred. I will remain until that form is inactive. I will provide answers for those that seek, but people are truly testing my patience. Here are some of the things that continue to test my patience. At this point, I'm annoyed with Riot Support, but it is what it is. The group that actually grinds my gears is more the community. Within the forum discussion of SCA transferring, people come and go. Those that are lucky enough slowly drift out of the forum, and that's fine. After all, this is an every man for themselves situation. I don't blame them. And those that are stuck have slowly split into two groups. People that are patient, either stop trying or try once every few days. These people are fine. You know, some blame Riot Support, others kind of just occupy themselves with other things. Then we got the not so patient people. These are the ones that are draining me to the next level. Here are some of the more frequently asked questions, so let me once and for all answer them to the best of my ability. Do note, I am not Riot Support, nor am I affiliated with them. Take my answers with a grain of salt. So, what can I do? In the forum, there are a couple pinned messages in what you can do. Sending a ticket and testing your luck, or you can just wait. My ticket got rejected, what can I do? I'd say just sit back and do something else, but most people are just going to try again. Honestly, if you're going to try again, please wait a bit. Don't just spam ticket after ticket. These are fine. These are like the lowest level of irritation. Alright? Then we got these. Can I talk to a different support? One from a different region? As far as I know, your support region is tied to your account. At one point, I did send a Chinese ticket and they just replied in English. Riot Support is asking me a bunch of questions. Are they trying to hack my account? Dude, they don't need to hack your account. They have all the information. My guess is that they asked because you claimed your account was quote-unquote hacked and moved to SCA. They asked to confirm your identity and ownership of said account. However, if your account was not hacked, please stop claiming it was. Also, I believe answering these questions incorrectly might result in you losing access to that account. Do not quote me on this. These are like the medium level of irritations. And finally, the ones that drive me absolutely crazy. Why did this support deny my transfer request while accepting someone else's? This could be multiple reasons. Could be requirements weren't met, could be that they were not updated on the proper procedure, or it could be you're just not lucky enough. Granted, Riot would probably never say that it's luck-based. I keep getting the same copy-pasted responses. Yes, in the world of gaming support, it is not uncommon for some of the responses to be copy-pasted. If two tickets are about the same problem, chances are the two messages will be very similar. I know this because I worked 2 support jobs. And this gets even more hypocritical because a lot of the people asking for screenshots or messages from those that succeed, only for them to copy and paste their messages into new tickets. Like, do you not see the irony? You're complaining about copy pasting while you're also copy pasting. I can't play with this much ping. there's TFT, there's bots, you can still play. Unfortunately for Taiwan 2, well, that's a different scenario. I feel you, and we'll get to that later. I'm gonna send more tickets, they have to respond to me. Stop, just stop. Spamming will only slow down the process for everybody. I'm gonna send them screenshots of other people's successful tickets. Why did you ever think that this was a good idea? What if, and this is just a theory, that they weren't supposed to transfer, and because of this, you got those people in trouble? That would just lower the chance of people getting transferred out. Like, please, use some common sense. At one point, someone compiled a new spreadsheet listing out all the supports with screenshots, listing out their accept and deny transfer rates. Like, why? But the absolute worst question you can possibly ask, the one I legit cannot stand. Why can't I get a free transfer? Blah 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 offered free transfers. Or, I demand a free transfer, blah 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 compensation.
Then you know that I have the right to demand it.
Nothing. You demand nothing of me, Mr. D'Antonio. This kingdom is mine and mine alone.
All right.
You demand nothing. Compensation is not mandatory, it is an option. Compensation is provided by the support if they feel like it and if they feel like you deserve it. In my honest opinion, and this might sound hella biased because I moved to Taiwan 2, but I think Taiwan 2 is the only server that deserves compensation. Why? Because while y'all have high ping, we can't even log in. So why do I side with Riot Support? Some people have the audacity asking me if I enjoy sucking up to Riot. I ain't sucking up to anything. I'm just being compassionate and realistic. Nobody made us transfer. We willingly transferred ourselves for whatever reason, unless you count those that got quote-unquote hacked, but most people seem to have done it for the welcome back event and rewards. And on said welcome back event page, they also specified that this was a special one-way transfer and that transferring back would take some time. Personally, I've worked 2 support jobs, so I know that it's not Riot Support's fault that we cannot transfer back. Most support teams are outsourced and do not have direct contact to the dev teams. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Riot's support team is also outsourced, as you can't find anything related on their career page. Stop blaming Riot Support when it's not their fault that transfers are down for the public, and stop calling them stupid. Because yes, some of them might not give you the best answers and some of them might seem misinformed, but they are still, after all, human. Bashing, spamming, flaming them will not only slow down the entire support process, but also make them feel like shit. And if you think that's fine because you think that they deserve it, well, congratulations, you are an awful human being.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
I believe in the beginning that there was probably some form of miscommunication. I know that bigger teams and corporations often have these issues, resulting in some people able to transfer while others cannot. However, as time goes on, it would either lean towards more people transferring or less people transferring, depending on which direction upper management is enforcing. The only thing we can do is wait and pray. Pray that if you're lucky with your transfer request, they'll move you. Pray that the dev team finally gets transfers available to the public, in which me and others stuck in Taiwan 2 still cannot leave, as we can't even log in. Some of the other questions that went around are like, do I regret moving? Well, honestly, so long as I have enough time to rank, I'd be very happy. And if I don't have enough time to rank this split or season, I really hope that the victorious champion is of someone I really don't care about, like Urgot or something, I don't know. And if it is one of the champions I like or play a lot, then I'd be very, very, very sad, but it is what it is. So, where am I now? At this point of time where the video is made, transfers are still not publicly available, nor have I been transferred out. For those that are curious in what I plan to do, I'll probably send a ticket like once a week or something. While I do want to come back soon, I also know that they're dealing with a lot of tickets. For the time being, I'll probably just work on my own projects, clean a bit, and try out some new games. If you made it this far, I just want you to know I really appreciate you and your time. If you happen to know someone that works with Riot or Riot Support, feel free to share this with them. Let them know that there is a group that appreciates what they do. Maybe they'll enjoy this video and get a good laugh. And if you're part of Riot or the Riot Support team, I'm surprised, but I'm even more thankful. I understand y'all are probably swarmed with angry tickets, and technically it's not really your fault. I do hope that this video and my story provides insight to both. The people stuck in SCA servers, please just wait. Play some TFT or other games, or just go get some fresh air. To Riot and Riot Support, despite how the community is, we just want to play League. Please transfer us, or at least fix up the transfer system so more people can go back to enjoying League.